guys, welcome to today's task. Today we are backfilling the entire house. Now, backfilling is something that I could have done with buckets, no problem. But what I really wanted was this gentleman's expertise on how we're gonna slope everything away from the house and how he can dig up material and place it and move it a lot faster than buckets can. And buckets will be there for the alley-oop work. He said, we're gonna use your machine to move material, but my machine will break it up and dig it. So we're gonna be kind of working together. But so far, that's back together. So our French drain is all the way in around the house, and he is starting to pile it back up. And what we critically need is dirt higher than out here. And we're actually gonna take his tractor and take some of this and slope it this way, all the way over to the property line so that the house has a slope continuously away from it. Remember, the French drain is secondary line of defense for water runoff. Slope away from your house is primary. But first, we gotta get some stuff out of this trailer. Come on. Lock out, tag out. If you know, you know. I love what an excavator can do. Those big heavy tracks work really good at compacting, and it's just brought down level. Now we're gonna start taking this and shaving it out as far as we can that way, so that there's really not much of a hillside this way, and then we'll push it this way in front of the house. For two reasons. One, that's where I want to divert the water away from the house, and two, I need to bring a lot of soil over here to build up. I mean, this is ground level driving into this, so we've got to lighten this slope a little bit out this way. I'm definitely not making any promises on this, but this tapers down just enough that if we push this out level and put a pool, we could have, like, you know, kind of an infinity ledge. I don't know, maybe just an option. Bon, think about it. It is time that I pulled buckets out. And it is crazy the difference his machine makes, because his bucket alone can carry more than my front end bucket can. And two, the fact that he can swivel in 360 means he can pick up clear over here, spin all the way around, and drop over here. And the distance between the two of those is almost 70 feet probably. Mine is 30 feet. That's it, that's the top. So he's doubled it. And I only have 180 degrees. He can go 360, so he can really move stuff around a lot faster. So I have backfilled a little bit here with buckets. I've been pushing some back as he's working his way around and gonna start dumping right into here. You see our weed fabric is all the way down to our French drain. We are looking good, and this is moving fast, but I don't know where we're gonna find some material. Luckily, we have all winter long to just let this ground compact even more. I think I might get a plate compactor out here and kind of start running it up around those edges. Just maybe every couple of days, let it settle, get some water on it, let it settle, get some water on it, let it settle. There is nothing worse than setting something that's permanent on your house, like say power or something, or, you know, a slab of concrete, and then you've got settling later on. And that permanent thing isn't very permanent anymore. It can break, destroy, then you got to pay to lift it again, and there are options to fix it, but man, you hate fixing something when a little bit extra work right up front goes a long way. code, we actually have to maintain a certain amount of dirt right here, a minimum of 30 inches. From the bottom of your footing up 30 inches, you have to have covered with dirt, ground. It has to be not exposed, which is why these forms and footings were a lot lower. And so this one goes up a little bit. We can get away with it a little bit on that slope, but then from there up, we've got to maintain 30 inches and then all the way around the front. And we want to build up the front so it's as level coming into the house as possible. We knew that was going to be an ordeal of moving a lot of dirt, but this takes care of two things. It gives me that slope away from the house, so I have that as primary water mitigation. It is a lot more work up front, but in the long run, it's a lot easier. Repairing water damage in your house is a nightmare, and I feel like it's never fully mitigated. Whereas this is a lot of work up front, and it will take care of it right now. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Man, I'm dusty. That's not what I was gonna say. Construction is all about material movement, and you become a material movement specialist because everything that's there that I put there that would be in the proximity of the house and out of the way of construction is now in the way, and we have to move it. So we're going to move it all over here in this area. It's just material movement. But if I would have had it over here earlier, it would have been in the way. So there's really no one place pleases all unless it's out way too far away where it's not even efficient at that point. So you're just moving material. When you are running these big machines, I mean, my machine's big, that machine's ginormous, you are churning through the diesel fuel. Blake filled up his machine this morning, and it takes 103 gallons to fill it. Now he says it takes 2 days roughly to burn through that, but man, that's a lot of diesel. This tank holds roughly 20 gallons. And I'll burn through that twice in a day if we're running the whole time. So, pro tip, when it comes to hiring an excavator or somebody who can do this kind of work, don't always go for the cheapest guy. Now, I have a couple guys that I can hire, and they're both the same rate, roughly. Within a few bucks, it's not a big deal. But the difference is this guy is so seasoned and he can see the full picture, and he's just so good at what he does that how much work I get out of him in that hour is a lot better than others. So he's really cheaper in the long run, even though it's the exact same price. I just get more for my money's worth. Or that's a saying that my brother-in-law always says. If you think hiring a professional is expensive, wait till you hire an amateur. Tell me your kids rolled up your cord without telling me your kids rolled up your cord. And I wouldn't have it any other way. You guys, along with a beautiful sunrise, we have got this house completely backfilled all the way around. We have our slope tiered in here, which I think we're going to put a small retaining wall of cement instead of boulders here and there, and one on the other side of the driveway. But for right now, we have it set up so that at least our framers can get in here and they can get their tractors really close. They're not going to be jumping over openings between the concrete and anything like that. They're going to frame it really simply. But because we need way more dirt to fill in this area over here, we are scraping off this side, which is kind of nice because I didn't realize how steep of a slope there was there, but now that we're making it level, it's really nice approaching the house. So he is still chipping away and cutting back as much as we can. We can go that way to our property line quite a bit. and we may end up going all the way. Because yes, paying to cut it and to move it is expensive, but paying for dirt to be brought in would be way more money. And since we have a ton of dirt and it does twofold, it fills the gaps that we need, and it also creates a more level area in the front yard. I am all for it. So he is actually heading off to another job here in the next hour. So for right now, he's just chipping away at more of this. And I'm gonna be cashing in a couple favors from some friends with heavy machinery as well for them to come help me move all this dirt, because buckets can move quite a bit, but not as efficiently and fast as we want to. My time is pretty cheap. And really I'm just paying for the cost of gasoline or diesel while running buckets. But at the end of the day, I don't have multiple days to just keep moving it. It took me almost 3 days to move all of this material because buckets can only move 1 yard at a time, and we moved over 350 yards. That's just really time consuming. One of the things to take into account is as we dig further this way and we have to put further this way, buckets lap time, if you will, gets a lot slower because we're moving a farther distance with every single bucket load. So it's just some of the things we got to think about. It's really not a huge deal, and we can take care of that later on as the year goes by. But since I've got him here, I may as well have him chip at that for right now. You guys, this is how you backfill a property, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and stay tuned because we are starting to frame this place super soon. If you don't want to miss out on any of the videos we're putting out, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.